Hello everyone, I am Sunanda. I am presenting on behalf of Gudsky Research and Foundation. In today's session, we are going to explore a very exciting topic in artificial intelligence, the differences between narrow AI, general AI and super AI, as well as the functionalities of AI like reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind and self-awareness. But before we dive into the technical part, let's take some time to understand who we are and why this course exists. At Gudsky Research and Foundation, we believe that education should be free, inclusive, and accessible to everyone. We are a non-profit organization, which means our mission is not profit but impact. Our focus is on creating opportunities for students, beginners, and enthusiasts who want to learn about modern technologies. This AI and machine learning program is part of our 6-month free educational series. The sessions are designed especially for beginners to intermediate learners, and when we say free, we truly mean it. No hidden cost and no fees. Our goal is to take learners from the very basics all the way to applied knowledge where they can confidently understand and even start building their own AI solutions. Think of it this way, if someone sitting in a small town without expensive resources can still get world class learning through Gudsky, then we are achieving our mission. We also strongly believe in collaboration and continuity. That's why this program is structured into multiple sessions, each taken by different presenters from our team. For example, the previous session was conducted by my teammate Siddharth. Okay, let me ask you this. How many of you are already using AI in daily life? Maybe you ask Siri to set an alarm, or you talk to Alexa to play music, or maybe you get recommendations from YouTube or Netflix. That's all right. These are AIs right there in your pocket. At Gudsky, we don't just want to use these technologies, we want you to understand them and eventually create them. That is the vision. So now, types of AIs. There are two types of AIs. Today's focus is on classifying AIs in two different ways, based on capabilities and based on functionalities. So based on capabilities, these are divided into three: narrow AI, general AI and super AI. Based on functionalities, there are four. Those are reactive machines, limited memory, theory of mind and self-awareness. By the end of this session, you will have a clear idea of where today's AI stand and what's still theoretical and what belongs only in science fiction, at least for now. So now, AI based on capabilities, narrow AI. Narrow AI is also called as weak AI, is the kind of AI that focuses on a single task and does it really well. As we take on real life example here, Siri on iPhones, Alexa in your smart speaker, Google Translate, spam filters in Gmail. These systems are very good at the job they are trained for, but nothing more. For example, if you ask Siri, "What's the weather today?" it gives you an answer instantly. But if you suddenly ask Siri to help you cook a meal or drive your car, it won't know what to do. That's why we call it narrow. It has a limited scope. To make it more fun, imagine a chef robot that can cook perfect pizza. Amazing, right? But if you ask it to fix your car, it's useless. That's narrow AI. Now, so I'll ask you a question now. So can Siri or Alexa think like a human? The answer is no. They can only operate in their programmed boundaries. And then now we'll go for general AI. General AI, which is also known as strong AI. This is the dream, an AI system that can think and learn like humans. If humans can switch between tasks like cooking, driving, solving maths, or writing a story, then a general AI should be able to do the same. It should be able to apply intelligence across different domains, not just one. But here's the catch, general AI doesn't exist yet. Researchers are still working on it, but still it's theoretical. So, as we take a real life example here, imagine a computer that can not only play chess but also write a novel, cure diseases, and teach a class, all without being retrained. That's what general AI aims for. And then we'll go for super AI. Finally, we have super AI intelligence that surpasses humans. This is the stuff of science fiction. Machines that are not only as smart as us but even smarter with more creativity, emotions, decision making, and independence. These are not existed till now, but if we take example of movies, Jarvis in Iron Man, Eva in Examine, and Samantha in the movie of Her, this level of AI in both exciting and scary. Exciting because it could solve problems we can't imagine. Scary because if it becomes uncontrollable, it might pose risks. So, if a super AI could design better versions of itself without human help, what would happen? Have you think about it? That's why people like Elon Musk and many scientists warn us about being careful. And then AI based on functionalities, reactive machine. This is the most basic form of AI. Reactive machines do not have memory, they just react to the current situation. As we take an example of IBM's Deep Blue, the chess computer that defeated Garry Kasparov in 1997, it could analyze all possible moves and choose the best one, but it didn't learn from previous games. So, reactive machines are powerful but limited. They can't improve themselves. And we go for limited memory. So, most of today's AI falls into this category. Limited memory AI can use past data for better decisions, but the memory isn't permanent. As we take on real life examples, self-driving cars that use past sensor data to make driving decisions. And also, recommendation systems like YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon, which use your past activities to suggest what you might like. Think of it like a person who remembers things for a while but not forever. This is the concept of limited memory. And then we'll go for theory of mind. So, theory of mind is still under research. Theory of mind AI should be able to understand human emotions, beliefs, and intentions. Imagine a robot therapist that listens to your problems, understands your sadness, and responds with empathy just like a human friend. This is not yet real, but many scientists are working on it for future humanoid robots and social companions. It will be better like if you are having a problem and who you will share, like a friend. It will be very good. And then if you go for self-awareness, this is the most advanced form of AI and it doesn't exist yet. A self-aware AI would have consciousness, emotions, and its own sense of identity. Science fiction gives us examples like HAL 9000 from 2001, A Space Odyssey. It is both fascinating and frightening to imagine a machine that knows it exists and make its own decisions. So, I'll ask you a question. If machines has self-awareness, would they still follow human commands or create their own rules? And okay, let's move to next topic, like example of Siri architecture. Let's take a closer look at Siri, Apple's voice assistant, which is a classic example of narrow AI. Here how it works. So, if we give a voice input to Siri like, hey Siri, set a reminder for 6 p.m. Siri does speech recognition and then it converts your voice into text. Then It uses natural language processing, which is also called as NLP, to understand what you mean. It applies machine learning models to figure out your intent, and finally it searches the knowledge base and gives you a response, and then Siri speaks back to you with the answer. All this happens in a second, and that's the power of narrow AI. But remember, if you suddenly ask Siri to make a cup of tea, it won't work. That's the limitation of narrow AI. And then now we'll go for summary and a key takeaways. To quickly summarize today's session, narrow AI is known as today's AI, which exists today, like Siri, Alexa, and ChatGPT, and general AI is a future goal, and super AI science fiction for now. It's unimaginable. And functionalities, if we go for functionalities, reactive machines, that means no memory and they'll just react, and limited memory uses past data, theory of mind, understands emotions, it's a future concept. And self-awareness, consciousness machines, it is a concept only. So in reality we are still in the era of narrow AI and limited memory AI. Okay, and thank you so much for joining this session with Gudsky Research and Foundation. I hope you found today's class insightful and enjoyable with both knowledge and real life examples. We are just getting started on this journey of AI and ML, and there is lot more to explore. In our next session, my teammate Karan will continue with the next topic, so don't miss that. Until then, keep learning and keep exploring and stay curious. See you in the next class. Thank you.